pleased to be up here in Blackpool for a celebration of recovery. Last time I came to Blackpool, actually, it was for a celebration. It was my stepson's wedding, and it was sadly not long after we lost Amy. Amy passed away in July 2011, and pretty quickly we set up the Amy Winehouse Foundation. To be quite honest with you, I don't quite know how we would have got through things without the foundation. So as altruistic as it may seem, it also really helped us as a family, and we just couldn't let an opportunity for Amy's legacy to pass by without, but I mean, obviously there's her musical legacy, but for her passing to not bring some other power of good for other people that were struggling with the same sort of issues that she had, would have just been a total travesty. So so it was a celebration tinged with some sadness, and I guess today is probably the same really, because while we're all celebrating recovery in all its forms, I'm sure all of us have lost people along the way, friends, and had our own struggles at some point or another. So it's all the adversity, though, that makes the recovery and this celebration all the more wonderful, really. So a little bit about the foundation. So as I say, we started in 2011. Originally, we were a grant-making organisation, and we knew we wanted to work with young children because Amy loved kids. And we found out after she passed away, actually, that she'd been amazingly charitable. She'd supported loads of charities. And apparently she was kind of known as a bit of a soft touch. So she used to perform at lots of events. You know, she'd give her time freely. And so we wanted to sort of carry on in that tradition. So we started off supporting children's hospices and, mostly things that were dealing with children with severe, disabilities and or children from disadvantaged backgrounds, and music projects. But as I say, we knew that we wanted to do something that was going to help other people that were struggling, and more particularly, what we'd found when we were sort of looking at treatment centres for Amy, actually, we were meeting lots of young people that were saying that they've not had any sort of real, meaningful drug education when they were at school. So there was that seed of need in our minds. And I think it was late 2011, we went to a presentation at the House of Commons from a group called Rehab Grads. And there we met Dominic, who's been working with us pretty much ever since. And he was heading up this organisation of individuals in recovery. And my husband, Mitch, said, wouldn't it be great if we could get people in recovery going into schools? Maybe that could be more meaningful. So we sat down with Dominic. He took us to see some work that was being done in other parts of the country, but it was all a little bit sporadic. And we wanted to produce something that was going to not only help the children, but help parents and help train teachers, and also give opportunities for people in recovery. So that's how the Amy Winehouse Foundation Resilience Programme came about. And I know today we've got a few of our volunteers here. I'm really, really pleased to have you with us. I am such an advocate for visible recovery. Looking back at Amy's journey, she had lots of support. She had a loving family. She had some good friends around her. She had the finest doctors and so on. But in hindsight, and I think because we had no experience of addiction, we had no understanding really of recovery at all. We didn't know anyone in recovery at the time, other than maybe Russell Brand, I suppose, but we weren't close with him. I've just realised there's a microphone that I haven't been speaking into. Can you hear me okay? All right. So what I've sort of learned over these years is that perhaps the thing that was missing was someone in recovery being close to her, because most of the people that I meet that are in recovery are there because someone has held their hand and shown them the way, and that's what you guys do. And without visible recovery, That can't happen. It's a huge movement in this country. You know, I'm just amazed by the amount of people that, you know, they like you on Twitter and you think, oh gosh, they're everywhere. You know, there is such a huge movement across, not only here, but, you know, America, obviously, it's huge. But, you know, unless you're touched by it, you just don't know it's out there at all. So I think the conferences are brilliant, but they tend to be full of people, you know, that are already understand about recovery. The walk is something else because that takes it out into the public arena. And what we do in schools, again, you know, young people are seeing people in recovery. They're getting an understanding of the issues that might arise. They're given opportunities to make informed decisions. They're not being told, don't take drugs, don't drink, because we know that doesn't work. But they're giving an opportunity to meet real people who have faced real challenges, you know, working with those challenges. And, you know, every drug addict isn't an old man on a park bench. They realise that they come from all different walks of life. And it's really important for our young people to understand that. And that's the way we break down the stigma. And that's when people can stand up and say, I'm really proud to be in recovery. So that's pretty much all I have to say. We have lots of other programmes. We have a women's housing, recovery housing project that we set up a year ago in Hackney, which is absolutely brilliant. And I am just always inspired by the people I meet along the way. I don't know whether he's here today, I should say. I met a guy last night, actually, and he was telling me, he's 9 months clean, and he was telling me his story. And you know, he actually had me to tears. So even though I hear all these stories, I find it hugely emotional when people are so resilient and they battle. And he's actually now going to be going into the schools and you know, presenting in front of young children. So I'm so proud of everyone that's involved, and I'm really, really happy to be here today and really looking forward to the walk tomorrow. So brilliant to all of you.